guys, and welcome to another episode of GEEKAMANIA. As per usual, we have a guest. That's not usual, I'm being stupid.
That's per usual.
So, introductions. That's Mark, we know Mark.
That's Ben, we also know Ben.
And this here is Mike.
You don't know me?
No, you don't.
Yet.
No. Yet.
Yes.
You'll get to know him.
Yeah,
And you'll love him like we do. But not in that way.
It's fine. It's fine.
I hope you love me more than Kia.
This is very judgmental.
Our last guest. Who couldn't be here tonight.
Because it's worse.
Excellent. Well, in this episode, we are going to be talking about the film that has not actually been released yet. Because we got to see a preview, because we work at the cinema, because we're clever.
We're awesome people.
So yeah, and that film is of course the new Joseph Gordon-Levitt film, Looper.
And don't forget Bruce Willis as well.
I can forget Bruce Willis if I want.
No, Bruce is awesome. Yippee-ki-yay,
Anyway, right, so there will be spoilers later on in the episode, but just quickly before we get into that, just quick first impressions. Do you want to go first, Mark? Or
no, let's let Mikey go first.
No,
The guest has to go last.
Don't throw in the deep end, Mark.
Okay. Sorry,
Don't
Mikey.
be harsh.
Okay, basically, Looper I thought was a fantastic film. I thought it was one of the most original films out there. Yes, I know it used time travel, but it kind of used it in a different way that other films don't use it. And I just thought the story was amazing. The acting was really good, and I thought just the story itself was just really interesting.
Yeah, so my quick summary, basically, with giving away as little as possible. See the film of the year so far, like, almost 5 stars, I'm not quite sure if it's 5 stars, but go do it, now.
Yeah, I agree.
As you can.
We finally got a film out that is a great film to look at.
Yeah.
We've had like a lot of rubbish films out for a while, apart from Dark Knight.
Well.
And now Looper's
Dark
out.
Knight's good. Very good.
Yeah. So yeah.
It's in the Dark Knight category. This is good.
So yeah, if you haven't seen the film yet, just turn off the episode now. Because we're going to be getting into a lot of stuff, like specifics. So, go see the film. This is... Walk along.
Yeah.
Thank you for your custom.
See the film. When you do see it, then come back and watch it and tell us what you think. So yeah, guys.
So yeah. Right. So, spoilers. Yes.
Yes.
So, I mean, overall, that film was stunning.
Yeah.
Like, just brilliant. I mean, like, the few problems with it were dealt with very, very well.
Yes.
I mean, like, the biggest worry going into it that I thought was that Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Bruce Willis look nothing alike at all. And ever. And the way they managed to do that was just through very subtleties. Like, Joseph Gordon-Levitt is very subtly mimicking Bruce Willis's body language and the way he talks. And then you had that whole sequence where you had, like, Bruce Willis's timeline aging and, like, starting off as Joseph and then aging into Bruce. The only problem with that scene, I thought, was the weird one where it must have been like Bruce in his mid-40s, where he had this like weird haircut.
Yes,
that was weird.
I was just like, whoa, hold up a second, that just looks wrong. Spend some more time in hair and makeup, please.
They remind me of the weird scientist guy from The Fifth Element.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, like, and even that way, just like through that scene and through Joseph Gordon-Levitt's subtle mimicry, that worked really well. You didn't really take...
Yeah.
While watching it, you didn't really think, oh, well, these two aren't the same guy. I mean, it's just you had... And it was good. That was definitely done.
Mm.
And the only other problem I have, really, was that, of course, this is completely ignoring how time travel would work. And again, they dealt with it very deftly.
Yeah.
And very simply, just through Bruce Willis's character, just outright saying, look, we can sit here and discuss this all damn day with straws and napkins. Let's just deal with the damn situation. And by saying that to the character and also saying that to the audience, it just gets the audience in their head, look, just don't worry about the specifics, just enjoy the ride.
Yes,
enjoy
because
the
I
film.
like the fact how they work together with... Yeah, I know Bruce Willis is like with the aging more the cats, but I like the fact that even though they're the same person, they're two completely different people. Like Bruce Willis is more sarcastic, more witty, more... You know, basically more is like used to life. Well, Joseph Gordon-Levitt is still young. He's still quite naive. He's still very much like reckless and just by the book. Where Bruce Willis is like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like he would never do that.
Yeah, and the only other slight gripe I had with it was there was a bit too much narration for my book because I'm not a big fan of narration in films. But even then, you know, as far as narration goes, that was pretty good narration.
Hmm.
So yeah, and those are my problems. And as you can probably tell from the way I'm speaking, my problems aren't really very big problems.
No, you're like they're very, very minor plot holes.
I am nitpicking hugely here, so...
He does that quite a lot. He likes to nitpick.
Yeah.
Very much so.
I mean, do you guys have any problems with the film?
I normally do the same. I pick something out that I don't like about a film, but
Yeah.
that film just seemed quite perfect.
Yeah, I mean, I am literally just like...
I thought some bits during that film were a bit like that I knew it was going to happen, but it worked for the film, so... Yeah, it was like the bit when they were emphasising on the mother and her son. I had a feeling one of those two were definitely going to be the Rain Man, but then the way they did it was made it seem more interesting. Like, yeah, he was, but still at the same time it was quite interesting the way that he became, if he ever becomes a Rain Man.
But yeah, it's just like, I mean, you know, it's like I'm looking at a diamond and going, some dust there. It's a really, really good film. The cinematography is great, and the acting is great, and everything's great, and I want it.
I think there's something else that made it a good film is because it wasn't hyped up a lot. I don't think it was really hyped up at all. It was just thrown in there as a film to watch, and it was great.
Yeah, I mean, they're not really like building. I mean, you can tell the film production companies don't seem to have much, you know, belief in the film,
or faith,
because they've released it in the complete cinema black hole that is September.
Yes.
If a company releases a film in September, you know they have no confidence in that film at all.
Or if they do have confidence, it's more a sort of niche sort of film that only like certain people like. Sort of like Drive last year. That was a fantastic film, and that was released last September.
Even then, it's not like typical like Oscar niche film, which would always pretty much be released in November, late October.
I'm quite surprised that they wouldn't have much faith, considering you had Joseph Gordon-Levitt, who's become one of the biggest actors recently, and you've also got Bruce Willis, who's known for being one of the biggest action stars of all time.
Hopefully, they're just trying to like exploit the usual September gap, and what this film is going to rely on, if it's going to be successful, is word of mouth. Yeah, because this is definitely a film that people will talk about.
Yeah, of course. And it's one of those films that people would want to watch a couple of times to maybe see. Like, that's why I like stuff like when you watch like Batman again and other films again. You watch certain things and you can see
you'll
things
get
a lot more.
Different perspective on the events because you know how things unfold.
And you can see maybe like certain scenes you missed when you watch it again. You can like see certain bits. Like we were talking to A, maybe you can see certain, I don't know, like certain things in the scene that you might have missed the first time.
Yeah, the little intricacies, like the little mentions they make to the Rainmaker before you know what the Rainmaker is. Stuff like that will become more clear.
And also in Batman where he's like slept with who then becomes Talia, and she's got the mark on the back. First time I didn't even notice it, and second, third time I noticed it more because you know what it is, and you know basically. It's like that's why I like watching films again, because you can see a lot more. Yeah. So what do you think of that, Mikey? Sorry, dude, we kind of feel like we're talking too much. What do you think?
Well, another thing is, I like what they did the name, because I thought one of those films where the name was just a random word they put on the film. But then when you watch the film, you figure out why it's called Looper.
Exactly.
If that's okay for me to say why.
Well,
of course,
we've
just put spoilers.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, there's basically a loop for each assassin, which is what Joseph Gordon-Levitt plays. And they've got a loop of people to kill. And when their loop ends, they have to kill themselves.
Yeah, their loop closes once they kill themselves from the future. And then if their future self gets away, then they're letting their loop run. Yeah.
So what do you guys think of the editing of the film?
I thought that was good. The graphics animation, it's good.
Yeah, I mean
the editing is more like the way it's like going from like shot to shot.
Yeah.
Sort of thing like with Premium Rush, the editing was quite good where it had all the map sort of things and that sort of thing.
Honestly, like the thing that most struck me was the cinematography. Like it was beautifully shot, and you had some brilliant you had this one scene where Joseph Gordon-Levitt's running through a house and just had this beautiful pan from outside of the house as he goes in one side and comes out the other, and it was just beautifully done. Like
it was amazing.
I can't find the fault with the film.
No, very very.
Well,
good.
I have found a few, but even then, those
even
faults
very
were
minor.
dealt with. That's the thing.
And I love the shots as well though, how where the kids first use his TK stuff and he's the man's exploding, and you the shots between the faces add more drama to the scene. It's like, oh my god, he's the Rain Man.
And speaking of the kid, that was really well acted. Considering how young that child is, that was really, really well done.
And normally kids ruin their partners.
Child actors are infamous for usually not living up to it, but that was picture perfect for what you needed, and especially for someone so young.
Yeah, and also as well though, like I love the fact with the shots, like when Bruce Willis is killing the people that he thinks are the Rainmaker, when you see his face and how he has, like, you can see how he's crying because he feels so bad about doing it. But
dark film.
But
it's about a man who is so desperate to try and get his wife back that he resorts to killing innocent children. That's a grim subject. This is a really emotional film,
and it also has quite, in a sense, I noticed it kind of reminds me of like Terminator with the whole time travel and how if he kills the people, it would like change the future, and how Jason Gordon-Levitt is kind of in the sense like the Terminator himself, or Bruce Willis is kind of like the T-1000 trying to kill the person. That's why I kind of felt it was kind of like Terminator sort of assets, which I think what helps.
Yeah, I mean, like the very like last thing that happens in the film pretty much actually made me like audibly gasp out loud. I actually was.
When Joseph Gordon-Levitt killed himself, that bit, and he's like saying about.
I was being subtle there and trying not to completely ruin it for people who just like our episode so much that they just couldn't resist the spoilers.
Sorry guys.
Which is stupid of you.
But I actually do think it was really good the way he's like, this is just going to continuously happen, even in the future it's going to happen.
Oh, I mean, it was brilliantly done, like absolutely beautifully done. Because it's just like, I mean, it just in that moment, you're just like, don't do that. You're gonna live in a family with a Southern girl and bring the Rainmaker up to be a superhero, and then everything will be amazing. No, don't kill yourself. Why do you have to kill yourself?
The Rainmaker turns into Batman.
Yeah, I know. No, he doesn't turn into Batman. He turns into
a bad man.
He turns into Kingpin.
Yeah, basically becomes the Kingpin, because he sees his mum get killed, and that's
with mad telekinesis abilities, which are going to make everything in the room float up and stop a bullet gun from firing.
And that's why Bruce Willis, that's why Josh Gordon kills himself, because he knows it will just continue to happen, and the loop will always happen. That's why he kills himself, because he knows if the mother looks after him, then he will grow up to hopefully
That's
then be...
why it's called Looper!
I somehow wanted older Jordan... What's his name?
Bruce Willis.
I wanted Bruce Willis to kill the kid, funny enough.
Really?
I felt like Bruce Willis is the
You're rooting for
guy.
both of them. It's really
I wanted
weird.
him to kill the kid to get his life back.
Yeah.
I actually in a sense did it as well. In a sense, I kind of agree with what Mike said. I kind of did, because it's like you see this man and he's found himself a family, and you feel like he just already, and he's doing it not because he's being horrible, just because he just wants it to be a good future and to him to have a proper life.
It's brilliantly written, because there's no like de facto villain. You're sympathetic with everyone.
Yeah.
I mean, like the most like black and white villain character in the thing, which is the guy from the future, the mob leader. Even him, he's an understanding guy.
Yeah.
And you can get behind this guy, because at his core he is quite a nice person.
Yeah.
And it's just like wait.
He took it, Jason Gordon-Levitt.
I mean, like the most like amoral guy is the kid, the guy with the gat who shoots his own foot off, and even then you can see his desperation and you feel bad for him.
Yeah, all he wants to do is just be right for the loopers and do good.
Even like the roles where you'd think they'd go for the typecast, non-sympathetic, normal villain role, they make a character out of it and make someone really interesting. It's brilliant.
Makes you like all the characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes you feel like you can connect with each of the characters in a certain way.
The only characters you don't give a crap are the faceless goons that work for the faceless loopers, basically, that just get killed in the scene where Bruce Willis starts slaughtering everything.
That was a good scene.
That was a very fun scene.
That was an awesome scene. Kind of reminded me a bit like a Die Hard in a sense, like his older films and shooting everyone.
I'm very glad that he didn't say yippee-ki-yay.
I really
can't stress enough how happy I am that there was no stupid reference like that in that film. Because that would have instantly made me just go, why did you... And I know some people would have cheered.
Yeah, I would have cheered.
But for me, that just breaks all immersion I would have had if that had happened.
It breaks the atmosphere of it.
Yeah.
And I thought the music was really good as well. It added a lot more drama and immersion to the different scenes.
I mean, the only way I would have accepted like a yippee-ki-yay is if on one of the guns like the word yippee-ki-yay is written, and not like prominently, not like extreme close-up of yippee-ki-yay, but just like if you like freeze the shot and then zoom in. It was like that's the kind of thing I would approve of. But actually, Bruce Willis just going, "Yippee-ki-yay, motherfuckers!" That would just ruin it completely for me. Because he's not the like in that role. He's not like the complete stereotypical one-note badass that
No, not at all.
John McClane is. But yeah,
But yeah.
it was a good film.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
Closing comments at all then, Ben?
See it. This is all I can say. Just see it.
Mike,
Do it.
Closing comments?
The same as Ben, just see it. It's a great film.
Same here. See the film.
Well, we know best because we saw it before all of you.
That doesn't make our opinion more valid. It just makes it quicker.
Well, we've seen all the
Yeah.
films. We know it.
What do we haven't seen all the
We haven't
films.
seen. I haven't
All
seen every
the
single film
films
that's ever been
worth
made.
seeing.
All the film. I
At the moment.
have definitely not seen all the films we've seen. All the films we're seeing in this theatre, maybe.
Yeah, but all the films we're seeing.
If
But
you like Batman as much as we like Batman, and we're comparing it to Looper, you should see Looper.
Looper is amazing. And don't worry, guys, we're going to be showing Ben in a later episode one of the greatest films of all time.
But I reviewed Batman fairly mediocre.
He did. He did.
Yeah, if he likes Batman as much as Ben did, and I listened to where he's comparing Looper to Batman.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, this film is miles better than Batman. This is the film Batman should have been. Just if they had Joseph Gordon-Levitt be Joseph Gordon-Levitt in Looper rather than Joseph Gordon-Levitt in Batman, then it'd be better. Because there was no stupid thing at the end of Looper where he goes, "You should use a real name, Robin. I like that name. That's a great name. You're Batman."
Yeah, guys, definitely see
like
Looper. So yeah,
I
to
found
end
it
this.
cheesy.
I like that his name is.
I think they shouldn't have had the very obvious, "Oh, you should use a real name, Robin." They should have just had him going to the freaking Batcave and going, "Oh, I can be the Batman." That would have been better.
So guys,
he
yeah,
picks up the Batman mask, puts it on.
Or just picks it up and looks at it, and then music rises on the background and it cuts back. That would have been better.
And then he winks at the camera.
No!
So guys, that's it for GEEKAMANIA. I'm Mark, that's Ben, and that's Mikey.
I was
Cheers,
your guest
guys.
for tonight, and I hope you enjoyed being here. Thanks
Cheers.
so much, guys.
Bye.
See you.
See Looper.
Who's Luthor?
Looper.
Bye, guys.
See Lex Luthor, guys. He's a
See
great
ya.
villain.
See Looper.
Kryptonite.